Hi guys, Stephen R. Stewart here. I'm doing a card tearing video for you today. This is kind of half a tutorial to show you how I tear cards, but it's also a sort of a request for advice from anybody else who's better at it than I am and who wants to speak to my technique. I do it a little bit differently than I've seen anybody do it online. And I just wonder if anybody has any thoughts. My tears are kind of crooked. It seems to be a good method, but the tears are usually kind of crooked and uneven. So wondering if anybody has any advice for cleaning that up other than to just keep practicing. So let me tear a deck of cards for you real quick, and then I'll talk about technique. So first, here we go. This is a full deck. I don't know if you can see that. Spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. There you go. All right. Just want to show you I'm not cheating. These are cheap decks. I find it's a lot more cost effective to buy 48 decks for 20 bucks than to buy 12 for 20 bucks. So bicycles and Hoyles and stuff are a little bit harder, but this is so much cheaper. Oh, and there's some people who buy Dennis Rogers Ugly Rubber. That I haven't tried it, and to me, I think that would probably work for your grip strength, but it just doesn't seem like very much fun. It's like, to me, that the cards tearing is what makes it fun, and if you're just twisting a piece of rubber, how often are you going to do that? It's not going to be very interesting, but that's just me. So here we go. I'll go ahead and tear this deck of cards for you. Ooh, I actually got a hard one. These are one of the things Adam T. Glass says, that these are kind of inconsistent. And he's right. You buy cheap cards, you never know what you're going to get. So there we go. See what I mean about my tear being kind of ugly? So one of the things that's unique about the way I tear, or at least I think it's unique, I haven't really seen it. There's a lot of guys, when they tear, their tear starts at the top, so it's this finger cutting the deck as they pull back. I use the same motion pulling back, but the deck actually tears here. These fingers support this finger, and then that finger cuts the deck. So let's see if I can quarter these. Yeah, see how I'm tearing underneath? So, the single most important thing that anybody ever taught me was, oh man, I can't remember the guy's name. That's a bummer. I'll write it in the comments or in the description, because it's important. And he's really good. His video is great. It's the video that's sideways on YouTube. But anyway, this here, I'll tear this one with the jokers. Why not? They're ugly, but who cares? So I'll go ahead and kind of show you how I hold the cards, and I'll show you the most important thing that I learned, and that is the cards bending like this, or even like this, is going to screw you up. It strengthens the cards. So what you kind of want to do, what you want to do is hold them flat. But one of the ways to sort of fake that and keep them from doing those other things is to kind of make this S. And see, my right hand is pushing up, and my left hand is pushing down, and then without relieving that pressure, I turn, and then it puts the pressure on the bottom of the deck. That's why I'm tearing on the bottom. I was trying to tear on the top, and it kept tearing on the bottom, and I said, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and tear it on the bottom. So let me do this with, hopefully you can see a little better. Sorry, I'm in my study, and my art supplies are everywhere. Okay. So let's see if I can do this. This is an awkward angle. Holy crap. All right. I just want you to be able to see where the tear starts. All right. So cards are all lined up. Make the S shape. Twist. Now what I do once I've made that initial cut is I switch to like the Adam T. Glass kind of grip, the pinch here, and then I just finish it up. Oh man, you should never stop in the middle of a tear because then you're like screwed. See, these are all fanned out. Bummer. Hang on. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and continue that action for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, these are a little tougher than my last ones. Oh. Hang on. There we go. See, when the card, see how the card's fanned out on me? That's the biggest problem that you're going to run into when you're tearing cards. And so when they start to fan out like that, your tear is kind of stalled out. And if you're going to finish it, you got to big man it. You just kind of got to grab it and twist. Like right there, that was a pain in the crack because I let it fan out too much. I was thinking about talking and not thinking about tearing the cards. Here, let's see if I can quarter these. Once again, watch the point of the tear is right here. And once you are kind of used to that S shape, you don't have to do it quite as dramatically. You just kind of feel you're holding it flat. So there we go. Here, I'm going to go fast. Oh, man. Oh, baby. There we go. Like I said, still relatively new to this. But I'm making improvements. I've actually torn a deck and a half of these cheap cards is the max that I've gotten up to, and that was a bitch. I don't even know if I could replicate that, so I'm not going to try. But it was nasty and ugly, and it took a while, but I got through it. But I'm definitely not at the point with that where I can be like, hey, look at me, I'm awesome. I can rip a deck and a half of cards in 3 minutes with a lot of grunting and swearing. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. I'm going to try to do this one without thinking so much and just tear it like I tear it when I'm showing off. So here we go. Alrighty, there we go. Like I said, if you guys have any, does anybody else tear cards the way I do? With the tear starting on the bottom, the overhand method, but with the tear starting on the bottom. And I'm curious where you get your cards, how difficult you find different brands of cards. I find bicycles to be the hardest. I find these cheap cards to be easier, but really inconsistent. Sometimes you get a really hard one. Sometimes you get one that's really easy, and then you have a false sense of like, man, I'm the man. See how that starts at the bottom? It's this finger that cuts it. All right, fools. Interested in your thoughts and everything else. Also, I will, just for posterity here, I am not really an athletic guy. I'm a very big guy. I'm about 6'6", about 330 right now. So fast food and, bad habits. But I am a pretty naturally strong guy. And I've been tearing for, like I said, like 2 or 3 months. So if you're a naturally big guy and you give it that amount of time, I mean, I'm sure you can do it too. I find the tearing on the bottom to be easier, so let me know if that works for you too. I'd be interested. And if you know anybody else who does it, let me know. All right, thanks. Good luck.